Oh, shit.
We have a multiple 600 in progress for most of each. Subject is 25 and appears to have shit his pants.
Get back here. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Community Service Podcast with your boy, Craig Conant, right here. The people's choice, the working man, the hero. Just get all great. I'm getting another call from the Netherlands. Fucking spammers, damn it. I don't want an HVAC system. I don't own my home. I ain't helping landlord grub. That guy's a sucker. I hope he doesn't see this. Anyways, touring near you. Where am I going? Des Moines, Iowa. Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Grand Rapids, Michigan. Then I says stay home because I've been gone for 2 months straight. Anyways, I love you all. Today's guest is my homie Keenan Baker. He's funny as fuck. We've been in them trenches a long time together, and this episode's very funny. And we talk about abuse. We keep it real light. You know, I love y'all. Tune in right now. Rate, review, like, subscribes. You know they be shadow banning fools. Turn on your alert systems. For me. Bye-bye now.
Yeah.
We rolling? Yeah. Let me see here. All right. Gotta get ready, man. We be getting them views, you know. I'll be sometimes I'll be having a hair flap, and then I'll say some really funny shit, and then I'll go viral with a hair flap.
Yeah.
You know. That's embarrassing.
Does it bother you, or is it one of those things like it doesn't really matter because the video went?
It bugs me for sure. It's like, oh, I look like hell in that. And I was like, you need to start getting ready for your own show, you know?
Yeah.
Like, why are you taking zero effort?
Yeah.
You have a platform. You have fans, and you look like trash. But maybe that's why the fans like me, because I don't give a fuck about that nonsense.
I mean, it might be part of your image in a sense. We're just like,
yeah,
it looks like, because I don't think it looks like trash, but I think it's just like your character's just like, man, I'm just living life.
I just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So what? I got a little scab on my nose. I could put a little mascara on it and make it go away. Guess what? I'm human. I pick my face. You ever have too much cold brew and just start picking?
Wait, so you sometimes you'll cover it up with like some makeup?
For sure.
Why?
Because Hollywood, really? Well, not.
Or for an audition or something like that, I get.
No, for the stage, I wouldn't say that's Hollywood. It's more so I don't want blood on my face when I'm standing in front of 200 people at a show. Because I don't, you know, I show everyone my tooth hole. I don't give a shit. It's funny to me. But at a certain point, it does become something like, I'm on stage. Because I notice when people don't give a fuck about their appearance on stage, I do check out a little bit. Unless it's like in their character. Like
right.
Norm Macdonald had stains all on his sweats when I saw him at the Laugh Factory. And it made me do two things. It made me a little sad. I was like, oh, he doesn't care.
It's over, yeah.
But then it made me laugh.
Well, I mean, I feel like a clothes appearance wise, I feel like you should always, especially if you're, I mean, if you're going to go work out real quick, maybe not. But if people are paying a ticket to come see you, like if I'm paying a ticket to go see Craig and you came.
Yeah, dress up.
And I'm like, at least in your style. You don't have to like wear a suit or anything like that. But like whatever your style is. But if you got like food stains and shit all over your, can we cuss on here?
Yeah, of course.
Like I'll be like, what are you doing, bro? Like we just paid $25 or whatever to see you. You came with food on your shirt? Are you kidding me?
I agree. Just presentable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just
for sure.
I know I'm dirty, but I'm clean, if that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to ask something that I can't believe I don't even know, just because I feel ashamed. Are you related to Tony Baker?
We're family, man. I'll keep it there. We're family.
I know. Okay. I know your family.
We're like, you know how you be like, man, hey, man, that's like my brother, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah, because I just realized I'm a fan of both y'all. And then I was like, wait a minute, Baker? And they're always hanging out? I was like, oh, y'all, I know you're fam, but I didn't know if you're fam. It just tripped me out. I was like, how have I been knowing y'all for 8-9 years now and never thought of that until today when you were a guest on my pod?
You know, that's like the number one question I normally get from people, and I'll never fully answer it.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm gonna keep it
Hey,
like
bro,
that.
I'm Mexican. I'll respect your wishes.
Yeah, it's like, but you know how it is. It's like,
yeah,
you know,
I was like, I need
yeah.
to not press further.
No, that's not like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
You can go ahead and keep pressing. But like, yeah, I met like Tony in 2010. And we always talk about like, yo, we got to probably check down the bloodline to see if we are related somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's
When did we meet? Like, where that airport? That remember the fucking the military gig?
the military gig. I was hyped because I'm a military brat. Like I grew up in it. Like my dad's a Marine, so like I grew up in the military. My dream was to perform for the troops. So when I was presented a military gig, I was like, man, finally my first military gig. I'm hyped. And you know we're on a show,
and the pay was decent for where we were at in our careers.
For
'cause
sure.
we were brand new boot, not new boot. You know what? 4 years in.
a couple years in, it was just, but it's like for you to fly out.
The feeling was extremely mutual. I mean, I am not a soldier in any capacity, but I respect anyone, you know, doing what, you know, we maybe not, we would go out there killing. That's not a good thing, but I'm just saying
Yeah, right.
they're laying their life down for us.
Yeah,
And that's noble. I don't really like, you know, the whole war and murder part. You know, that's
Yeah, of
pretty
course.
bad for all of us.
And we
But
don't know. We don't. And then,
shout out to you for picking, you know.
and then it goes deeper than that. It's like you don't know what exactly are sometimes they're fighting for. Sometimes they'll tell you. My dad would be like, "Hey man, we fight for some bullshit." Like, you know, my dad he kind of started to figure stuff out and be like, "Hey man, why are we here?"
Yeah, but that's what's so noble about them because like your dad or my uncle or whatever, they're still fighting for their brothers. So that's why
Right.
I say, like, of course my heart goes out to you. I'm excited to perform for you and give back in any capacity that I can. But then you got the, you know, the military industrial complex,
Right.
and you're just like, hey guys, maybe just stop dropping bombs on the whole world.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this: how many military people were out there?
Yeah, that's maybe one.
Maybe one guy,
two?
bro. Maybe they had us in it, and it was. I mean, I was. For me, I didn't.
Wait. Don't forget about the paperwork that we had to go through to even do this shit. It turned it from excitement and joy and money to like, I don't even want to do this.
Yeah.
It was the most loopholes. They're checking backgrounds, ID checks.
Yeah.
This, and I was like, I'm a comedian. You know. Also, there's criminals in the army. What do you want?
I mean,
Who your background checking for?
and so we get there, we get on this plane, small plane. We land on the smallest little landing strip. I was a nervous wreck because I can't swim. So even though I'm just afraid of flying over water.
I like Dancing with Death. It gave me excitement. It made me alive. I had a boner the whole flight.
I'd rather, if I'm gonna go, I'd rather just hit land. I'd rather just hit land straight on, man. Like if I hit the water and I survive, then I gotta survive in the water for like hours until somebody gets us. I'm out of there, man.
Yeah.
I'd rather not. I'd rather be fast. Get me out of here. I don't need to go slow.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
I don't need to float for 12 hours.
Yeah,
Get my toes nibbled on, my Mr. Sharky Shark.
But yeah, that's the show we met on. We got. I mean, I think we probably seen each other in passing before, but then like we got pretty cool on that show and talked a little bit, and we became like.
All
pretty
it
cool
takes
after
is
that.
one gig in the trenches to form a lifelong bond of forever love in this game.
Every comedian that I've gotten tight with, it's literally been because we've been on some shit that was just like, man, this shit is.
Fuck this shit.
Yeah.
What are we doing out here? Why do we? What is? There's spiders all over my room.
There were spiders.
There were spiders everywhere.
everywhere, bro.
It was so scary because they put you in these barracks.
Yeah.
Hey, guess how much the barracks are used when there was no military on the island? Nobody's using them. The spiders are using them.
Yeah.
It's just spiders.
They get free room and board, free food.
It was the Channel Islands. It was called San Nicolas Island.
San
It
Nicolas.
was off of like Ventura area.
How long was the fight? Like an hour? 30 minutes?
30 minutes, 40
Yeah.
minutes, and it was one of those spinnies. It looked like the plane that La Bamba crashed in. You know, you're just like, I don't want to go in here.
Yeah, and that's that's another thing. I was just like, man,
Yeah.
when you want a spinny plane, I'm just like, nah, bro. Like, I always see that fear of like one propeller going out. I'm just like, oh,
Yeah,
here
yeah.
we go. This is
Those
it.
spinny planes took out Roberto Clemente, La Bamba, fucking that other guy, Buddy.
One of the
Buddy
Kennedys too,
Holiday,
right? Did it?
One of the Kennedys. You know, they took him out. Maybe they were too powerful. The Bush is like, get him, get that motherfucker. He knows what we've been doing.
Oh man, I'm all for a good conspiracy.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that shit.
CIA killed the fucking president. Wake up, bitches. That's why they won't release the data. They lost his brain. How convenient. It was only the president's.
And it was funny how like the FBI and shit like that, they have like, what is it, every 20 or 21, how many every years, like they got to release a certain amount of paperwork for what they've done, and then you see like paperwork come out about like how they were like targeting Martin Luther King and shit like that. And,
Oh
like,
yeah, that one guy he was like inches away from having photographs of them like holding up the body with like, not really, but that dude that wrote that book that pretty much proved that the government killed fucking Martin Luther King Jr. And he said he was like one step away from just literally having physical proof evidence of files that they kept on what went down and photograph evidence. He's like, he couldn't get it though. It was a fascinating interview. Of course, I don't remember his name or any facts or dates, but just fucking Google, right, guys? Just Google that shit. Anyways.
But yeah, what I'm saying, it's like, I think they have to release a certain amount of documents every certain amount of years. And then every time they release it, it's just like, you start to see shit like, they were doing this?
Yeah.
This is not even legal. And then we go, we can still trust them. And it's just like, no.
No. The people say, I have seeds and guns. I don't trust them.
Yeah, I was just... Bro,
I don't fucking trust them, man. These people are waking up, thank God.
Yeah.
I just don't understand if you just took one glimpse at history. All institutions of power, whatever governments they may be, if it's monarch or dictator or democracy, it's consolidation of power and control.
Yeah.
Forever, throughout all of history. But people think it's different now. It's not. They just hide it better because of ads and tits, sex sells. They just put their corporate dick they got lubed up for your butthole right behind from some tits, and then you fall for it.
That
sounds
real.
homophobic, but you know what I mean.
But I'm saying in the sense of like, have you ever watched a movie called Idiocracy?
No, but I have heard of it, and I heard it was good. And
it's like what Terry Crews is like. Terry Crews is the president. And I think it's Owen Wilson or his brother. I forgot which one, but like. They're in a movie and it's just like, he gets frozen and goes into the future, and it's just like everything is just ads and TV and just like
have you been to Times Square?
I mean, it's essentially Times Square everywhere in that movie in a sense. So it's just like people are getting so much dumber that they don't even know how to water crops. They're just like, we don't even have any crops anymore because they're watering the crops with energy drinks.
Yeah.
And it's just because everybody got so stupid. It's just like, that's what we are. It's just like, if we're doing some fucked up shit, it's just like, let's just keep pumping stuff in front of them, whether it's sex, whether we got social media, like
football.
Yeah. And it's just like, you go on your Explore page, my Explore page is full of ass. Just ass and titties.
It's annoying.
And all I would do, I try to watch boxing and football and anime for my shit, right? And then I look at one ass, just one. I don't even look at it. It's like I scroll past, look at it for a second, scroll past it. All of a sudden, my Explore page is all ass. Now I gotta look.
You heart one, forget it. It's over. There's no more.
But I heart 50 boxing videos.
No more cat videos, just tits and ass.
Yo,
like, come on.
But when you heart anything else, it don't give you that much. Like if I heart football or basketball or anything, I don't get a whole page of basketball.
I'd be hearting some conspiracy theories, put my name out there. Dancing with the algorithm devil, they're gonna get me. I heart it, let them people know who I support. Eddie Bravo. No. I love him. I do.
I had a YouTube show called Keenan's Conspiracy Theories where we kind of like went into conspiracy theories, and I was kind of like the crazy guy with the aluminum hat type thing, and I would present these conspiracies to Tony Baker, and we'll just go down a rabbit hole of just everything.
Did you get shadow banned?
No, I got hit by the Illuminati.
Really?
Yeah, I got DM. I got DM and emailed by the Illuminati being like, yo, like, you're saying these things like what, and it might have been a fake email type thing, but it was like they were like on some like, yo, we're looking for some people on some Scientology shit. I was just like, this shit, it was creepy, bro.
Yeah,
it was creepy as fuck.
I'm good. Maybe I will stop talking about it. I don't want no emails. You mind your business, Illuminati. I'm over here gardening. You leave me alone.
They're like, oh, he'd be a perfect candidate.
Fucking control and power.
Yeah, man.
It's so weird. Whatever you want to call them. Just, That's why I just say institutions of power, because the moment like you say Illuminati, people check out. It's like, dude, just wake up. Any government or any my favorite word, conglomerate,
Yeah.
those Bilderberg groups and those, you just look it up. The BlackRock portfolio, they own every corporation. It's insane.
Yeah, and it gets, and I don't mind going down this path, but it was just like, man, how do you not though? Like when you get into a position of power and money, how do you not be like, all right, I want to control stuff and I want to now start to manipulate things and see if I can play like real life Monopoly with people's lives. And
You see the CEOs brag about it in interviews too. That's what boggles my mind. I say this shit and I'm awake or whatever, and I try to like spread that, be like, look, this CEO of Nestle says they don't deserve water. He said that, not me.
Yeah.
Water isn't a human right, and then we're the crazy ones. It's like, are your eyes shut? What the fuck?
Yeah, and it's
baffles me.
And what do you do? Like, oh man, I remember it was I went to see a comedy show of Bill Burr, and it was like when he was working on material a few years ago, and he was saying how like you pretty much got to get rid of everybody from the top.
Yeah, I agree.
He was like, you got to
That's why he's my hero.
And he was just like, and it
share
wasn't on
his
some
message.
like, and I'm a huge Burr fan, but it was like, it's on some shit like, yo, you got to get rid of them in the sense like you got to get rid of them. Because it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, they're teaching this stuff down the family line. It's just like, yo, but in my personal opinion, you get rid of them, somebody's going to step in place.
Not if you get rid of them too.
But who do we know,
You just
right?
teach lessons. You open the books and you get some, it's you just watch. You get a little nice Gandalf the Grey up there, some Navy SEALs, some positive, benevolent beings, and then just open everything public. How I know this is the lamest solution. It's far more intricate than that. But if you made all the books public where they funnel their money from, they can't do it anymore.
Right.
And you get some forensic nerds, fucking accountants watching that shit. If it's public, the world won't allow it, That's the thing. Back in the day, the media was the only thing to check institutions of power. And then it wasn't, they got bought up, and now there's nobody checking them. They're not printing the truth.
Yeah, and that's the scary part about it is whoever has the bread, most people will sell themselves for the bread.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
for
like
that bag money.
Yeah, for that. It's like all of us. People in our community have done it to us all the time. It's like they'll sell out people in our community and be like, well, what was I watching? I forgot. I was watching some documentary on Netflix, one of these documentaries.
There's too many of them.
And
it's just all corruption.
And pretty much this dude was part of he was part of the country where he was like, they would go to these like these, to like, whether it's like Cuba or whatever the case may be, and they'd be like, look, hey, we got this money for you. We need you guys to kind of start to push things this way. And, nah, we ain't doing that shit. All right, man, we're going to give you this much money. Nah, we ain't doing that shit. All right, look, man, we don't want to kill you, but we will kill your daughter. So if you don't do this, we're going to kill your daughter. Not you, but we're going to make you watch this type shit.
That's that Escobar shit.
Right.
Also, who trained Escobar? I guarantee you he stole some tactics from the School of Americas.
Right.
Look that one up.
So when you go down that rabbit hole, or when somebody does that to you, let's say you had a family, you had a daughter, you're gonna be like, well, fuck it, I gotta just eat this. I gotta sell my people out. Yeah, they're gonna kill my daughter.
It's
or
just
my
like,
son.
do I want death or a bag of money? I like the money more so than a bullet to the head or my daughter's head.
That's where it gets tricky. It's like you might be like, well, go ahead and kill me. I'm not afraid to die. But I'm like, no, we don't want to kill you because we know you about it. We know that you're willing to die for this.
Yeah.
But your daughter's not, and you just like,
and
your
then
son,
that changes your perspective real quick.
You just like, fuck. And you be like, yo, well, we'll kill your wife. But like, all right, she's been nagging a little bit lately, so go ahead and take her out. But like, if you say like my child, you may like. You might be like, hey, man, like,
My girl didn't make me a smoothie today. Yeah. Send that bullet.
My girl was like,
I'm at peace now.
My girl like, let's go to Craig's house and make a trip out of the beach. I'm just like, oh, I was coming to do my man's podcast and head back to the crib. Now we got to,
No, I felt so rude because I was like, my lady is working today. And I was just like, that's why I was like,
no. I forgot. I didn't tell you. I remember you said, hey, if you want to come down and make it a beach day. And I meant to text you and be like, yo, I'm going to bring my wife
I just
down.
feel guilty. Motherfuckers drive an hour and a half to me. I'm like, well, the beach is right there.
Yeah.
But then it turned out to be overcast and not so sunny. But still, it's right there.
Yeah.
Palos Verdes is gorgeous. Just cruise up the coast. There's all sorts of just little fucking tea and scrumpets, just rich people shit.
Yeah, well, I know she wants to pretty much visit every beach she can in California because she's from Maryland, so she wants to come out here and she doesn't care if it's overcast. She's like, cool, I can go for a nice little walk and see how this beach is, and maybe this is gonna be my new beach.
Oh,
place.
I should have told her to. I hope she figured it out. Just walk towards the cliffs because there's a little cul-de-sac. What the hell is it called? Cove, and sometimes there's these big old seashells there.
Oh yeah. I think she'll figure it out. She'll be all right.
Sorry about that, man. Dude, this smoothie is disgusting. I keep pulling out fucking fiber in my fucking ginger.
Once you had arugula, bro, arugula is like the bully of just taste.
I have to do something on this pod because on my last one I sound like an ignorant fucking idiot. I was just like, yeah, there's stuff in my smoothie. But now I'd like to say the vitamins because I'm going to this healthy holistic doctor. That doctor, Dr. Sebi?
Yeah, I went through all that too. Yeah,
Dr. Sebi, Ayurvedic healing and alkaline shit. And anyways, this is what I'm on. The names of it. It's not called booty juice. It's called this. This is why I don't remember. Man Shishta powder, Branmi, Anand Mul powder, Shank. Kapushpi powder, Jatamansi powder, Yashtimadu powder, with a teaspoon of coconut water.
The only thing you pronounce correctly.
You read this shit, man. I don't know. Healthy mind, healthy memory, healthy metabolism, which is a whole bunch of vitamins. It's all holistic shit.
So you don't
natural shit.
So you don't throw like sea moss and bladderwracks in there?
Yeah, I got some. Shilajit. I don't have any Irish sea moss.
Yeah.
Or sea moss. But I love all of that shit. And then in the smoothie is celery, cucumber, arugula, blueberries, chia seeds, raw honey, turmeric, collagen for the hair. I gotta keep it silky. He didn't put that on there. That's from Costco. That's my white side putting that in. Just there's the information. Ayurvedic healing. This dude's down in Long Beach, Dr. Jai.
Did you finish the name?
I quit, man. I just aborted it. I was like, nah, I don't even want to
butcher it. Yeah.
I like how I just went. I didn't know how to end it. Anyways, yeah, I love that, dude. Dr. Sebi's the man.
Yeah, I went down a huge rabbit hole.
They fucking took that full out. Okay, enough conspiracy theories. I started off positive light. So what are we doing to combat all this bullshit? Now, what do you take to get them nutrients in?
Well, I fucked up, man. I was like 95% vegan for like 4 years. Every once in a while I'll get because I love lobsters. Every once in a while I'll get like some lobster. But like I was like, me and my wife did a vegan.
You go lobster hooping, right out
don't
there,
tell
man.
me that, man. Don't tell me that.
What? Yeah, we'll go fishing.
But like, what we did was we did a 30-day challenge first, and then because I found out my dad he had some health issues. So immediately when I heard about that, I don't know, literally like Dr. Sebi just like his shit just popped up.
God
so I went
sent
down,
him.
Yeah, so I went down a rabbit hole. I sent my dad like a $300 package. It's like, yo, I bought him a package for like that had all the stuff that's supposed to like help get rid of that stuff and everything like that. And so after the 30-day challenge, we just pretty much stayed vegan as much as possible. Besides, like, it's a lobster every once in a while.
Once you slip, man, it's that slip. That's what happened with the weed, happened with the sugar, happens with everything,
bro. So literally, bro. For 4 years, we were good, and then we came back from Hawaii. My wife was just like, you know what? I think I'm gonna start like eating chicken again. You know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, cool. And
then that cheeseburger slipped in.
Nah, so I still don't eat beef or pork. But I got like that day we went back on chicken. I got 4 chicken sandwiches at once, like because I didn't get a chance to try the Popeye chicken sandwich.
You got the addict gene in you too,
so,
huh?
oh yeah. My dad was alcoholic. My mom was on drugs, like heavy, like crack, stuff like that. So like,
I don't drink, but I'll take 4 chicken sandwiches.
The addiction is in me. That's why I'm afraid to lock on to shit. Like I'm afraid to be that. And I was in the car just stuffing like double fisting fucking chicken sandwiches,
that
man.
Addict
I was just
behavior.
Like, oh man, I felt like a fucking coon, bro. I was just like, I couldn't believe I was eating this much chicken at once. And it was like it tasted so bad and good at the same time, and I didn't care how my stomach felt. and I haven't had chicken in 4 years. Now I haven't had beef in like maybe 8 and pork in over like 10 years. But like, I don't miss any. I only missed that.
You don't miss cheeseburgers?
No.
Cheeseburgers is my kryptonite. But fried chicken sandwich, Chick-fil-A is my favorite fast food restaurant. Minus their, maybe hateful agenda. But the chicken.
We literally ate it right before we walked in. We had it before we came here.
It's so good.
It's amazing.
Dude, the Chick-fil-A sandwich with the Oreo shake is just comfort food. That's what I got right after my eyeball surgery. I was like, give me a chicken sandwich. My eyeballs hurt.
But
I'm sad.
A cheeseburger, bro. Like I feel like vegans have done a pretty good job, in the Beyond Meat and Beyond Burger to where I don't miss it as much.
Yeah, but all that soybean oil and it then becomes almost more unhealthy. That's where I get like this. That Beyond Meat is not healthy.
Oh, it's not.
I know it tastes good. I've
Yeah.
eaten at Crossroads in Hollywood. I make a little money now. You don't think I
Crossroads.
made a reservation once? Haven't been back. That was an expensive Impossible Burger.
Yeah, but you're essentially eating a science experiment.
Yeah, you fucking
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
That's what bugs me. That's like that shit. It's like, all right, I'm down with the 100%ers. Like if you fucking vegan and you do it right, but then if you're eating like plastic cheese and plastic meat,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you doing? Go chew on a carrot and be hondo.
Yeah, I think you're probably
fake.
feeling like
You fake.
you're fake.
You fake. You ain't
essentially-
vegan. No, you're not vegan.
Yeah.
You're getting some Monsanto GMO.
Oh, you think you're better than me because you don't eat animals now, but you still eat.
Yeah.
You're still putting bad stuff in your body.
Wait till
so-
you get that hematoma in your nutsack. Huh? See if Monsanto will cover the bill. I can't talk. Monsanto.
Yeah, so I mean, I agree. It's just one of those things. Like, it's probably best to probably just be plant-based or probably on like Dr. Sabi's diet, which is hardest. It's hard.
It's
as
impossible.
fuck.
That motherfucker said that garlic isn't good or something. Spinach is acidic. I
Garlic,
was like, what about
broccoli,
Popeye?
cauliflower.
You're like, come on, man. But he was into that ancient food. That's why I know it's true. This like
Yeah.
if science hit it, it was manipulated and it changes the whatever natural biochemistry for us to digest it. That was his
Right.
whole point.
Right, exactly.
I know there's hybrid apples and I know there's Monsanto and GMO and crazy shit. And then I know that there's a separate world where a pink lady had sex with a green apple and you made, like a natural hybrid. Like I am aware of this. Like
Right.
the comment section. This guy don't know. I fucking
Yeah.
know. I'm just saying they're playing God over here and I don't like that.
That's what it really is. They literally are, and it's just like I'm like this. I think in most cases in general, most things are in moderation, right?
Yeah,
If you-
exactly.
if you-
If a bee cross pollinates an apple and makes a hybrid or a lemon orange, that's good. God was in grace with that. If the scientist is trying to self-terminate seed to patent it, so you have to buy it from their corporation and all other natural food will cease to exist, that's bad, guys. That's my whole
I mean,
point.
have you ever had cotton candy grapes?
Yeah, they're fantastic. Do you know that's where the sugar came from to make cotton candy? Did you know that?
No,
I worked
is
at
that the
Trader
truth?
Joe's 11 years. Homie.
Okay,
You
yeah.
don't think I got some info on cotton grape candy? I mean, grape. Yeah, that's crazy, right?
What?
I thought it was reversed too, because I was like, what kind of Frankenstein grape is this? And then we got a little paperwork. Could have been a
I thought
psyop.
cotton
Could have been a
candy-
psyop. They fed me the wrong information.
Well,
now
I
I'm
thought-
spreading lies.
I thought cotton candy grapes was fairly new. I thought it was probably in the past like 10 years.
So the little brochure I read, because I used to be the produce man. I love produce. That was the only part I enjoyed was stacking apples. It was a weird therapeutic thing. I'll show you some photos, some apple displays. My shit looked nice. I had pride in my work.
Yeah.
It's a shit job, but I took pride in it. I don't give a fuck. And then, so they give you this little pamphlet, and it's because everyone was like, oh shit, how'd they get cotton candy in the grape? But it was
Right.
the exact opposite. So this grape was so sweet and so delicious and so sought after that they took the flavor from that and got sugar from that and made cotton candy. Help me out, because I read that like 6 years ago. What's the history
I'm
behind
checking
it?
right now.
And then the grape flavored the cotton candy, but then the cotton candy was such a big hit
Yeah.
and took over that people forgot about the fucking grape.
Oh, okay. And then but they made it they remarketed the grape as a comeback because I didn't hear about this grape 10 years ago.
I didn't either.
Within the past 5 years, I started hearing about cotton candy grapes. And I was just like, I ain't getting this shit. And then she just bought it one day at the crib, and I was
So
just like,
good.
and I was just like, I don't think this I know this isn't right, but it's right.
No, you're right. I'd say it entered my life about 5-6 years ago as well.
All I'm finding is that it was invented in 2011 as a part of a crossbreeding project by
They fucking lied to me. This is what I mean.
hand-pollinated, cross-pollinated millions of grapes to combine sweet Concord grapes with common grapes in order to make them firmer.
Oh, those
And then it-
Concord grapes.
And
Yeah,
that,
it looks like it's just two different grapes blended together.
In 2011?
Yeah.
So what fucking paper did I read at Trader Joe's? Am I that? Is this scared me? Is this Shutter Island? Did I lose my mind? Where did I pull that information from? I know I read that shit because I'd always read those fucking produce
bro,
books.
they put together a fake pamphlet on your ass, and you was just like, yeah, this
It's
is
fucking
it.
bullshit.
Because I was about to say, we would at least.
I never heard of them either until 5-6 years ago. That's why I was like, who the fuck? Are you sure, man?
I'm looking.
Because cotton candy been around at least since we were children. So at least I feel like at least since like the 80s, early 90s, at least. I feel like it's been longer than that for sure.
What was that magazine called we used to get when I worked there? The Bulletin?
Yeah.
No, the future products?
Yeah, the bulletin.
The Bulletin. Yeah. No, I read that shit.
Trader Joe's,
I wouldn't just
man.
pull that out of my fucking ass. I hate liars. Trader Joe's lied to me, and then I lied to you.
But did you enjoy working there otherwise, or like,
1 to 2 hours a day, yes. The people were dope. My coworkers were dope. We laughed, and I would fuck around. But of course, you're still stocking canned goods and have to clean up people's shit, and they're
Yeah.
monsters. Y'all are assholes. You
Yeah.
fucking monsters.
I would say
Return your carts, you pieces of shit.
every Trader Joe's that I go into, I feel like the employees do like each other, and I feel like they don't like the people all the time. And I get it. I worked at Home Depot for 9 years,
Oh shit.
and I hated you people. I
Yeah,
hated
we're
all
terrible.
y'all. Like
Home Depot, I could honestly say would be worse than Trader Joe's because of you get way more questions and like crazy like how do I build my house? And you're just like,
Yes.
oh boy.
Yeah, bro, and they don't understand that. Like, that's why I ended up moving to the receiving. So I didn't have to deal with people, just truck drivers. But like, I used to work in building and lumber, and they would come in there and be like, all right, cool, I'm trying to build this from scratch. I'm like, bro, you understand? I'm 20.
Yeah. We
What are you talking about?
The tape measures are over there, asshole. I
Yeah.
don't. What do you want from me?
And training is literally on a computer for your section. So they'll just tell you like, all right, they'll give you some basic stuff like you might need these you need pressure treated 2x4s for like outside and like weather stuff and like plants and stuff like that. You use regular 2x4 for like a lot of stuff, like if you're doing like construction inside the house or whatever the case may be for the foundation. But it's just like you're learning basic stuff. And they're just coming into you asking you questions about, hey man, so plumbing. I'm like, bro, I don't work in plumbing. So why don't you know? I'm like, bro, I'm not trained in plumbing. Like, I don't know. I barely know my section.
You're
know what I'm
like,
saying?
hey, that's PVC pipe.
Yeah, and that's all I was good for. Yeah, PVC is an aisle 11 over there. That's all I can
The
tell you.
cutter's down there. He cuts it.
And I'm with you. The only thing I took pride in, like you said, you took pride in like stocking apples. The only thing I took pride in was driving forklifts because I was a forklift certifier.
That shit becomes fun, man.
Oh, bro. So I was driving.
It does. You just a little puzzle of it. It's like a
Yeah. So-
labor can become fun if it. I mean, obviously not all. Digging a ditch. It literally, I had to do that once, and my lower fucking back felt broken.
Man.
So, but like, if you building a house, that's gotta feel good. I haven't done it yet.
I mean, you shouldn't be able to build a house by yourself, bro. That's ridiculous. I saw a video and this girl, she was comparing like, you asking, can I cook, but can you build a house? I was just like, who the fuck can build a house, a whole house? Like, a lot of times I might be a pro at plumbing, but I need somebody that's a pro at. Like,
You need electricians.
You need electricians. You need people that know how to do concrete, stucco, and for the exterior. You need all types of shit. It's just like, it's hard to be how you compare cooking to fucking building a house. If I knew how to build a house.
I wouldn't be with you.
That's number one. But two, the money you would make. You know how to be a professional contractor, so you can do roofing all on your own. You can do electrical work, bro. You will have bread. You will make so much fucking bread.
Contractors. A lot of Palos Verdes PV is like Beverly Hills on the ocean. It's unbelievable. And most of that shit is fucking contractors.
And they make bread. They used to come in there. A couple guys used to come in there, and they'll tell me how much they make, and they'll be like, "Yeah, I'm making like $200-300 a year easily. Like that's just easy work." And that's
all they are. They're just the general. They
Yeah.
don't even pick up the hammer anymore.
exactly.
They just know all the information.
And that shit that they're getting on the table, they get a lot of shit under the table.
Yeah.
I guess this is probably dry snitching, but fuck y'all.
No,
Because
you ain't giving names. It's all right.
I ain't giving no names, but that's how, in a sense, it was just like, yo, they also get a lot of stuff under the table. So imagine if you're making 200-300 grand, just that they are seeing, but then you're probably making another like 50 to 100 grand under the table or some other shit. Like, hey, I do this for you, but just like we ain't gonna mark it in the books in that case. Just give me this much money flat rate. I got you.
That's the best shit ever.
Yeah, and
That's how I roll with like my little bar shows locally. I headline comedy clubs now, but I'm like I'll go be like, oh, let me go do this bar show for a little under the table money to then pay my managers their fee.
Yeah.
So like fuck you, government. Don't be getting me, man. I know I just ratted on myself. It's $500, man. Let me get it. You gotta pay the piper,
Yeah, watch the Alphabet Boys. They on your ass, man. They want their money regardless.
Fucking
I don't play
monsters.
that game.
Fucking monsters, dude. Alphabet Boys. That's great. I don't know if I've ever heard that. Fuck all the Alphabet Boys.
All the Alphabet Boys.
FBI,
Man.
CIA, IRS. Suck my nuts dipped in diarrhea. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, spicy diarrhea too. DEA. Fuck you, man. ATF. So what? So what if the serial numbers are scratched off, What's it to you? Copper. Coppers. Fucking Chester Copper Pot.
Oh, man.
Hang on, what else? I had something. I lost it on my little rant. No, but you're so fun. What's up?
There's nothing I can find about the cotton candy grapes being.
Where the fuck that information come? I wouldn't just make some shit up like that. I always try to seek the truth. Trader Joe's fucking lied to me. I read that shit. Or maybe some asshole coworker fucking told me that and I kept it. I gotta do research instantly. That's why when I be reading shit, I start Googling instantly. Otherwise, it's just downloaded and then I spit it out. And it's completely false. And you're like, you fucking asshole. You're spreading the misinformation. We're trying to be a conduit of truth.
Do you feel like you had coworkers just like, let's fuck with Craig today. Let's just give him some bullshit.
I mean, apparently, because I swear to God, I knew that information. I was like, well, actually, I was so excited.
You
It was like
did
a
get
fun
the,
fact.
well, actually.
I was just like, no, but that's like that fun shit. Like if it's about history, if it's about like Mongols invading fucking Japanese samurai, I love. Well, actually, the fucking samurai fucked them up.
You
like,
came out with the
I
glasses
love that
like,
shit.
Well, actually,
No, I would never do it that
cotton
way.
candy grapes came from.
I hate smug motherfuckers. I was excited. I was like, yeah, I got some knowledge on this. Anytime anyone has any extra knowledge on some shit, or whether it be hip hop or history or fucking produce, I know I'm a weirdo. This is shit I like.
Yeah.
But you got some behind the scenes stories of Wu-Tang. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Some ODB stories? He's the best, man.
Story. I mean, to me, I feel like stories is kind of like that's why that's my favorite part of stand up is storytelling. It's like I feel like storytelling in general is just like
It's the best.
it's the best. It's nothing better than because like especially with somebody that knows how to tell a really great story, they paint you the picture. You kind of like sink into that room and you can see what they're talking about.
It's hard when they're drunk, though. Fuck.
Oh man.
So hard. They're just hammered. What he's talking about.
Trust me, my dad he's sober now and it's great, but like when my dad was an alcoholic, bro, let me tell you something. I used to be like, oh God, another story. Because he would get into a loop of the same shit.
Oh,
You know how
yeah.
alcoholics are. They'll just tell the same shit over and over. And just like, bro, move the story on. I don't mind you telling me this shit, but move the story on.
Hey man, I don't call my daddy past 6 p.m. because he ain't gonna remember the conversation. So what's the point?
Oh man.
You're just like, fuck.
Yeah. So
That's sad. That's why I kind of. This is fucked up. I need to fix this judgment. I don't like people sloppy because I was that, and I don't. You heard what I just said. I don't call daddy past 6 p.m. because it's just like
I've been there. Yep.
It probably just makes me sad and mad or whatever. But if I see that in a friend, I check out and I go, I'm out. That's fucked up because that's judgmental, and I don't want to judge them because I was them forever. Like what do I do?
Yeah, it's a weird thing because it's like when you have the discussion with them and they're not ready to have that discussion or receive it, then it's just like
You can't tell them either.
Now you're preaching. It's like, bro, just let me have my fucking thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I've never been on any kind of drugs like that or like alcohol, but I watched it firsthand with my mother and my father, with my mom being on drugs and my dad being alcoholic, and just watching that. and watching them try to get sober and then relapsing and try to get sober and then relapsing and telling them like you got to do better, and it's like, yo, what about I'm your child, you ain't gonna do better for me?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just like crack, and it's just like
Yeah.
I'm just like the reason why I never did it was because it's like, yo, if you're telling me you can choose this over your children, this shit must be incredible. You know, and I've drank before, so I'm not saying that, but it's just like, you know, with crack, I was just like, I can't try crack. It was like this shit is making people get rid of their kids and sell Nintendos and VCRs. You know, I've had my Super Nintendo sold, bro. You understand how pissed I fucking was?
Yeah, I bet, man.
I was just like, you know.
I was the one stealing the Super Nintendo, so so I don't know how you feel, but I felt really bad about it.
How much can I get for this, man? I'm sorry, man. I got Mario Kart also, so
I got GoldenEye 64. That's worth some coin.
that's the classic one. That's the But it's like, yeah, when you watch people, and it's just like, you know, and that's why a lot of things that I try not to do a lot of things, because you like you have the addiction gene in you, and I was just like, I feel like I do, because it's in both of my parents. So that's why I try not. That's why I didn't do.
A lot of times that happens, the reverse effect. We're like, man, fuck that. I went down it, and then I was like, man, fuck this. I gotta get something in my life.
I think it goes either way, right? I think you either go to the extreme of doing it, if your parents did it growing up, or you go to the extreme of like, I'm never touching this shit.
Yeah.
It's very rarely in the middle where you might, well, I'm going to dabble with some cocaine and some crack because my parents did it, and I'm just dabbling it and jumping it out. But most of the time, it's like you either become addicted to this shit like your parents was, or you just like, I'll never do any of this shit because I saw what it did to them.
I remember, this is a funny story, I think. This might sound fucked up. Must be 15 years ago. Some 4th of July, I remember going to a party. That was like this cute girl, and then she wasn't drinking, and back, you know, everyone's getting hammered, Jello shots, 4th of July barbecue party, and then I was like, why don't you drink? Like, I didn't understand it back then. I was like, what do you mean? And then her mom was there, and she was just one of those leathered skin, wasted, older white women that would flash the party, you know. And I was like, oh, that's why.
Yeah.
And then I completely understood. You're like, oh, because your mom shows her tits at dive bars and she's 50. That's why you're sober. That checks out. That makes sense. I'll leave you alone now. My bad. I didn't understand.
Did the titties look good though?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I mean, titties are titties, man. Titties are. Whether they're wrapped, whether they're leathered up titties.
I took a picture on my flip phone. That's how long ago it was. I'm like, look at these titties.
Bro, it's like I still be like, yeah, well, the titties.
Give me those freckly titties.
But here's the thing, like, I tell the story on stage too. But I've seen what addiction does, right? It's like I've seen like.
It's the worst.
Like
it's
when my dad,
worst.
one of the reasons why I started to call my dad when he was alcoholic. I called my dad Alcoholic Earl. That's what I would call him, right? Because, you know, I felt like when he would drink, it would turn him into a different person. And you know, I don't know if you know the story, but like me and my brother, we had to fight my dad. We stopped my dad out because of his alcoholism. You know, it was continuous of him being drunk and abusive, and then one day it just got out of hand.
You got it.
We choked him out. You know. He slammed. It's like my dad had these rules, right? One of my dad's rules was if anybody puts their hands on your brother, I don't care who it is, you know, you got to beat their ass. You got to jump them together.
It's a good daddy. But then it was his hand, bad daddy.
And then, exactly. So when it was his turn, it was just like, oh, now you niggas want to follow the rules, huh? It was just like, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we stomped my dad out. And, you know, in the middle of stopping him, I felt bad. And you know, I remember he was like, hey, I bought you niggas these shoes. Like,
yeah.
Imagine buying the shoes that you getting stomped out in. It's crazy. But like, you know, I felt bad because I was just like, yo, my dad has a real problem, and he can't kick it. I
know, but you know, don't feel bad about beating him up when he's beating you up. It's just for every action there's a reaction. I understand,
right?
But that if he wasn't beating you up, you never would have laid a hand on him.
Well, and that's the thing too.
Or foot.
Yeah, foot, yeah. So it was one of those things like,
yeah, the
you know.
stomp is a bit, you know. I've had my head stomped, and I was like, did you have to do that? You had to do that. You could have punched me.
If you've never been stomped out before, it's a different type of thing.
Oh,
like,
it's different.
The aerial view of scenes like this feet just like this looking up and being like, they're trying to kill me.
Yeah.
They're trying to kill me right now. And it's just like, you know, We
why-
weren't, but it felt like it was like this is also years of abuse that we saw with whether it was with us or our mother and stuff like that. So
Pent up rage. You're
was
taking
pent-
it out.
Yeah, this is like over 15 years of abuse, and it was just, that's what we was taking out on him. And it's just like, you know, he didn't get sober off that immediately, but like I felt like that definitely pushed him in the right direction.
It knocked some sense into him.
It stomped some sense into him, whatever. You know, I always say we
Hang
stomped.
on, I gotta go kick some sense into my dad.
But it was like, you know, my dad and I are cool now. He's been in therapy. You know, I've been in therapy. He's been sober over 10, 15 years now. And it's just like, you know, he for sure has.
Every
you know,
time he starts acting up, you put on Stomp Yard. You know? Fucking river dance. You see those feet, Daddy? They're coming. You be good.
Let me tell you something. My
Oh.
dad ain't no sucker. Let me tell you something. The day, like after we stomped my dad out, right? My brother, he ended up going off to college like pretty soon after that. And my dad was just like on some like, yeah, nigga, you want to fight me 1-on-1 now? Let's go.
Yeah.
Like he wanted his rematch. And in my head, I was like, you'll never get a rematch. You'll never get one. Like I have the ultimate trump card.
Yeah.
You'll never get this trump card back. You
Yeah.
know, you spanked me as a kid. Yeah, that's okay, cool. But I did this. I have something. Every kid has wanted to punch their parent at least one time. I want to beat my parents' ass because they made me go to my room or whatever. I did it.
Yeah.
I have something that a lot of people. It's okay to look up to me, man. I'm kind of an American hero for
Yeah,
this.
you do have that card. Whenever he tries to punk you, be like, how'd that Puma taste? She got, how'd these Asics taste?
Yo, to get these Asics, yeah. So it's like when I see,
How'd that Puma you paid for taste?
I paid $80 for these fucking shoes.
How'd those Adidas taste? Damn, that's wild shit. Yeah, I never beat my daddy up. I just real mean to him with my tongue now. I said, you shut the fuck up, old man. I got the upper hand now. You're losing it.
Are you not close with your pops like that?
Oh, no, I'm so close. But yeah, he was a lunatic.
Yeah.
My daddy was so crazy. Fucking so crazy. He was just nuts. I remember him almost fighting a homeless man over the homeless guy hit his car. Not like just get out of the car like, fuck you. And then I remember him yelling at the police. He's white, you know.
Yeah, that's why he's still alive with that. Okay, makes sense.
And then he's
As
just
soon as
a
my
wild.
dad would be like, they would have unloaded on my dad. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I know. That's why I say he's white. My apologies for America's
So
racism.
your mom is
Mexican.
Mexican, yeah.
And my dad is white boy, blue eyes, blonde hair when he was a kid. Now he's light brown and green eyes. It
Interesting,
changes.
yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It does
Like
change.
true blue, like sea blue, like crazy blue. It's wild.
That's crazy how the eyes do change colors over time
Yeah.
for when our parents get older. Yeah, I've seen that a few times.
He was from Boston, and I don't even I just know that my nana had to flee his dad. That's how crazy it was. They ran from him.
Damn.
And they fled across the country. Of course, he found them. So they don't really talk about what went down. I don't know what did, but obviously, if you flee, it can't be good.
Yeah.
And my white side, they just bottle it in. Like, I don't even know about my uncle that died when my dad was like 20. Or I don't even know. See, that's terrible. 15, 16. Oh, no, my uncle was like 22 when he died, and my father was like 15, 16.
Yeah.
And he won't talk about it. Those fools just drink and be like, no. And I was like, I don't know nothing about that side, other than they're all firecrackers. Like,
And do you want to know? Are you like one of
oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. We would ask my nana questions. She'd tell us. They're all nuts. I love it though. It's what made me who I am. Like, I make fun of them. They think I'm talking shit. This is love. Like, if I'm not talking about you, I don't love you.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you don't understand. And then maybe it's dark and you don't like it, but it happened, Daddy.
Yeah. That's how I look at it. It's like the incidents with my mom and my dad with drugs and alcoholism and stuff like that. I go like, dog, if I didn't go through that, I definitely wouldn't be a comedian. And it's just like,
And we help other people with this shit. How
Yeah.
many people are going to be like, fuck, I stomped my dad out?
yeah. Well, I have a lot of people after shows when I tell that story, they will come up to me, and if their parent was in the military, most people would say their parents are really strict if they were in the military. So like they'll come to me like, yo, my dad did this, my dad did that, my mom did this, she did that too. And it's just like, you know, you telling me your story, even though I didn't react the same way you did, you understand, I wished I did what you did. You know what I'm saying? I wish I was able to have, I don't want to say the heart, because I don't want to say you don't have a heart or you're soft for not doing it, but like, it's like some people feel like they were just like they were so afraid that they didn't do it, but it's like
You're
I lived
truly
through your story.
turning against your own. It's the hardest thing to do ever, you know?
Yeah, and it took us years. I don't think we didn't do it immediately. This is years upon years of abuse.
Yeah, I wouldn't say like we got beat like that, but it was just scary, you know?
Yeah.
All the time, or most of the time. You're just scared. You just lived in fear.
We went through progression. It was like it started off as, you know, grabbing and like a hand to the back, spanking you, and then it progressed to the belt, and then I remember when it progressed to the extension cord, like, you know, just to like electrical extension cord. I remember the day it happened because
You were like, hey now,
oh, it was
this
different.
is fucked up.
Because no, what happened was it's like I remember
Chancla is different.
my boy, he told me pain is mental. And I was probably like 6 or 7. He's like, pain is mental. He's like, just pretend you're your favorite like Marvel character. And he's like, I pretend I'm the Flash all the time, and I run around the house and my mom can't catch. He's like, I don't know what it is, but I feel like I run faster when I act like I'm the Flash. So I was like, at the time I loved Superman. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna be Superman. Nobody can hurt him. He can take bullets. Literally, and this is my dad used to whip us. My dad used to whip us like, you know, hey, get butt naked. You know what I'm saying? So like when you would get a whooping, you had to get asshole naked. And then I remember my dad was like, he pulled out his belt, and I was like, I don't care, I'm Superman. And I stood in the Superman stance, and my dad hit me with the belt, and I didn't budge. And he hit me again and again and again, like 3 or 4 times, and I didn't budge at all. He couldn't break me. And I remember just being like, this shit, my boy, it's mental. This is crazy. And I was sitting there like Superman pose. My dad came back in the room, and I heard something cut through the air differently.
Ugh.
It was just something different. It didn't sound like a belt. It was something different. And that's when I felt the extension cord. And that extension cord came, and it hit me in the back of my knee, and I just buckled. I was like, oh, shit. And then he hit me in my ass, and then I fell, and then he came across my chest and then started whipping me with the extension cord. I was just like, oh, this is different. Superman can't handle no extension cord.
Yeah.
But I was like,
You're like, what is this, a surge protector? Is this industrial? What is this? This is the supply the electricity to the Staples Center? What are you doing? What are you doing, Daddy?
so it had a different effect. So we progressed from the belt to the extension cord, and then we went from the extension cord later on to just physical violence at that point when we got a little bit like around closer to like teenage age.
Yeah, mine wasn't like that.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's crazy. Mine was shit. I don't want to see you getting all deep now. Now I gotta tell mine. God damn it. My dad would only play with us when he was really drunk, and then it wasn't violence on purpose, but he was hammered, so you always would get hurt.
So
and he would slam my head on the floor.
I'm sorry,
I
bro.
broke the fucking ceiling fan and shit like
I'm not
crazy
laughing
shit.
at you.
So I'd just be like, bam.
So
You wonder why I don't talk so good. You get your head banged around all the floor and the wall and the light bulbs.
So y'all be play fighting, but since he was too drunk, he didn't know his own strength.
Yeah, but it was weird. It was weird because it was every time. So it was almost as if it was intentional.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
Like it was play, and then it turned psycho, and then we got hurt.
Did when he did hurt you though? Did he know like, oh shit, like my bad? Or was it just like,
Yeah, then my mom yelled at him, and then he probably didn't remember in the morning.
yeah,
Yeah.
man. So, would you go and whoop your dad's ass now for just to
No,
backtrack all the?
I just talk shit to him on Instagram, and I film it. But it's with love, you know.
So you get content out of it. So I mean, at the end of the day, that's good. He's paying. At least he's helping your content creation now, which is pretty cool. You know.
But yeah, it's and then I bring it into my act. I have all these jokes about abuse that I think are fucking hilarious, but
Right.
the audience just turns me like, oh, I was like, it made me funny, cocksucker.
I mean, you know what I don't like is just that, you know, we're on stage telling you this. It's like we're telling you this from pain, but it's also just like, you know, it's funny and it's real.
If I wasn't healed, or at least healed enough from it, I wouldn't be able to tell you about it. You
Right.
know? And I guess that's why we talk about it. I love that stuff.
Yeah,
It's what helps people. It's what helps me. I imagine it's what helps you.
for sure.
Yeah, and I don't know. It get a little dark right here.
I mean, personally, when I'm watching stand up, I'm all for the jokey jokes. You know, I can listen to anything. You know, I can listen to one liners. I can listen to political. But when you give me a true life story like that,
Oh, it's
and
my
you bring the
favorite.
humor into it, I'm just like, bro, like, dog, I love that because it's just like that's real. Everything else that we talk about on stage, there's some realness to it, but it's like we're trying to embellish on something, or we're trying to, you know, or we're trying to make this funny. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes even the pain and abuse, it might not have been funny because I always say this too. Like, it's not funny in the moment when we had to fight my dad and stomp him out. But like when I think about it, it's like, yo, stomping your parent out is actually kind of hilarious.
It really is.
And you know, and it's like, and then like I look at it like this: we would have never been able to do that. So my dad would have been able to whoop our ass sober. Luckily, he was drunk. If my dad was sober, he would have beat the brakes off us. But my dad just had no hands when he got drunk.
Yeah.
Like it's just like, so it's like, you know, we're able to make that fun. It's just like, you know, with crowds, some do loosen up for the most part, but like
you had your brother too. I thank God for my sisters.
sure, yeah.
Because that's where you just go to. You go to your friends or your siblings and you escape.
Oh, I tell my brother, we had this discussion multiple times. I was like, man, I can't imagine if I would have had to go through all this stuff that I went through by myself as an only child.
Oh, boy.
Bro, I would have been a different human. Mm-hmm. I probably would have been a very evil and dangerous motherfucker. Like I got, you know, I literally had chances to join gangs, and I most likely would have joined those gangs if I didn't have a sibling with me to talk a lot of stuff out. I would have been in a gang for sure, because I got approached on like 2 or 3 occasions, and I was just like, and I was with my brother when I got approached. I remember him being like, no, we're not doing this, and we had to like run from shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we were about to get like.
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in the Valley.
Oh shit.
And so when I grew, it could be. I know people be like, "Well, it's the Valley." Like the Valley wasn't. It's not.
They got shit over there for sure.
It's not L.A. dangerous, but it's still dangerous.
Yeah.
And so like, because a lot of people from L.A. did move to the Valley, so they they would bring a certain culture, or whatever the case may be. And I would say in L.A. the gangs are more spread out. Like maybe the Latino gangs are more closer around each other, so that can get a little bit more crazy. But like we grew up where it was just like, yo, blacks and Latinos, we was scrapping, and we didn't get along a lot, unless we were fighting against, honestly, like white people. Like at our middle school, we had a race war gang between, it was like the white skaters at the time was just like beating people up with skateboards. This was when Tony Hawk got hot, and it was smacking people with skateboards. And then I remember like the Mexicans and the blacks we're just like, dog, like the only way we can even beat these motherfuckers if we join together, even though we don't like each other. So that was like black and brown unity for like the first time I've ever seen it. And we got together and we had like.
It's crazy because people think LA's so liberal and woke, but it's really racist.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I remember, not in my high school, but nearby Lusinger, there was always race riots. Always. You'd hear they shut down the school again. They're just fucking fighting. It's crazy. Yeah. It's so crazy.
It's crazy. So like, I didn't know you grew up. I didn't know you grew up out there. So that's yeah. It was, the Valley was you know, it was fun, but you had wild times too. You know what I'm saying? And like,
yeah, I'm South Bay.
Yeah.
Well, Lusinger's nearby, but like I grew up in Torrance, which is a nice area, but Torrance is weird because it's right near Western, and then there goes T Flats and this and
his areas in Torrance,
204th Street, and all these little gangs, and you're just like, but it's just so weird.
Yeah.
And then then Wilmington, the fucking hood down there.
Didn't Russell Westbrook go to Lusinger? Basketball player. I think Russell Westbrook went to Lusinger.
Did he? I didn't know that.
Lusinger. I'm almost positive. I might, if you fact check me in the comment section, but I think Russell Westbrook went to Lusinger.
Oh, that's dope. That's real dope. He's got it right now.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I feel like LA County is so huge, and there's pockets of LA that's like, people like, I grew up, you get called a Valley boy, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you just a Valley boy, and it was just, he did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Hey, Narbonne, down the way where my dad and mom went, Forrest Whitaker, Chinadu Unaka, future star.
Yeah.
He's a star already, but you watch that name. And Forrest Whitaker, the fucking director, Quentin Tarantino. Right there.
Tarantino went to Narbonne too?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. And my mama and my daddy.
That's crazy.
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah, in the Valley, I went to Birmingham and Kennedy. And the people that went to Birmingham were T and Tamara, sister.
It's also funny they just call it Birmingham in the Valley. Like, that's Alabama, guys.
Yeah, Birmingham High School. T and Tamara, sister went there. Then Taj Mori. I remember I had Spanish class for Taj Mori, and I used to like help him write letters to this girl he had a crush on that was like one of my closest friends growing up. and it was pretty. He was super cool. He played football, like super nice. It was like some of the kids that we ran into that were celebrities. They remained humbled and grounded, which was pretty cool because you always hear about like if you meet a celebrity, they can be assholes and stuff like that. But he wanted to have a regular childhood, in which I think a lot of people respected him for because it was just like, all right, he wants to be us. He doesn't want to be this. He's smart guy, but he doesn't want to be smart guy. You know.
You made me remember a horrible story of that one kid from Dennis the Menace. I've told this story before. There was this one child actor. He was in Dennis the Menace with Walter Matthau, and I was the same age as that kid actor, and he came to my school. And it wasn't just me. The whole school just like picked on him for whatever reason, and then he just stopped going to school.
Was he the Dennis the Menace actor, or he was in the movie?
He was the kid's friend. He's like, this is my buddy. This is my pal. All I know is I remember that kid being in school, and like kids started fucking with him. And for whatever reason, you just kind of joined in. It was like Lord of the Flies. And then he just stopped coming to school.
Damn.
And I'm 8, man. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Is he
I was the leader of the pack. I'm just kidding. I was not.
like, oh, I was going ham with this motherfucker.
I just remember partaking once. But I remember, that kid. Yeah, that kid.
Oh, yeah.
That kid went to my school, Victor Elementary in Torrance, California. And I just remember the kids picking on him. And I probably joined.
When you guys were picking on, did you see him did you see
I
the
just remember
effect?
getting mad. No one's beating him up, but we're just like, that's that kid from that movie. Get him, you know? And we did that. I remember there was this big tall kid that could beat us all up. So we're like, let's get him in the field and fuck him up. And me and my buddy just took him down and kicked him. Yeah, I don't know why. He was a nice kid, just bigger than us. So we wanted to take him out, you know?
Oh, shit.
Isn't that fucked up?
Damn.
This big old tall
What's he doing right now? The kids you just showed. Is he okay? Like, did you fuck him up for life,
so
Craig?
Fucked up. Why would I do that?
I mean, when you're
I wasn't really a bully though, because I was a small kid. I got bullied too. But like, why would I remember going to my buddies like, hey, let's take down this big guy or what, you know?
Yeah.
But he could have fucked us up too. It wasn't like I'm picking on a small guy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like too, you know, we kind of grew up in
kids.
But we kind of grew up in a culture of making fun of. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did a lot of making fun of. Like, I shouldn't have probably done that. I know I probably affected some people. I got made fun of too. But like,
we all did. That's what I mean. It was relentless circle of it.
Yeah.
Everyone felt suicidal at one point.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, for sure.
Well,
but
that's
it's like
dark.
But what I'm saying though, you did what was done to you a lot of times. But like bully would start to bully. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's
like,
what it is. I remember getting bullied, and then I think I was like, fuck this. I can't be on the receiving end of this.
Yeah.
I better turn into something.
Looks like he was just a child actor through the 90s and then kind of stopped.
He's doing all right. I hope he's a veterinarian or something real nice.
Damn.
Something real sweet, you know.
And also, I always think about I mean, that's going down a dark rabbit hole. But I always feel about child actors, like they just feel like they always, you can look in their eyes and be like, something's not right, man.
Well, don't get your child into acting. I don't know. The track record of them isn't so good. That's all I'm going to say on that. My niece is beautiful, and she booked a lot of work, and then my sister's like, that's enough of that.
She pulled her out?
Yeah, because it's just too weird. If they continue, it gets weird.
Yeah.
The only normal people are the ones that get out and go to college and retire. Fucking look at Corey Haim, Corey Feldman.
Oh, man.
The list is so long. It's so dark. Anyways, let's bring some positivity. We're going to talk about abuse a lot.
We just went through like a whole hour of abuse podcast.
Fuck. But it's good. It helps people. Like,
well, I think there's funny moments in there with it. I mean,
sure.
you know, but yeah. What do you want to shift gears to, Craig?
Yeah, maybe we won't clip up the abuse. I want my dad to beat me again.
You can clip mine's up. But yeah, I'm saying I ain't tripping.
Well, let me just think of anything else. I got a final question I always ask. No, I just love you, bro. I have utmost respect from you. You're funny as fuck. You've been in these streets and you hustle and you did the damn thing. And it's great to see people win, you know. And I just love it, man. And just shit, you know how this game is. It's so crazy.
Man, I appreciate it, number one, and it's always cool just meeting other just cool cats and like humble cats. I feel like you are one of the few people that every time I see you, like I'm happy to see.
Yeah, and I can't say that about all, but there's a lot of people where you're like,
For
I
sure.
love that fool.
Yeah.
How you doing? How's it? You know, you care. And then, others, I would say succubuses, just like your good energy. There's these other people where you hide from. You go, oh, fuck, I got to talk to that guy.
For sure.
Damn. And then there's fools like you where you're like, oh, it's nothing but love. It's just a respect and, I guess, camaraderie or.
Yeah, and maybe like you said, it might have been because, there's certain, when you're on a shitty show with another comedian, you kind of bond.
Yeah.
You kind of bond, you be like, oh, we got to just, bro, like, you see what's happening right now? And then it's like, I think you headlined that show, didn't you? That military show? I think you closed it out. Or maybe somebody else did. But
You did, or we did, or I did. I don't remember.
Either one of us did, but like, I just know, like, it was one of those, like, whoever went up was just like, oh, good luck, man. Like,
Yeah.
good luck. This shit is brutal. And it's just like,
I
now-
remember you brought merch and then didn't sell it after.
Yo, I brought t-shirts. I'm like, yeah, because I'm in the military. I'll be good. Nigga, they gonna support me. Gotta do these military jokes. I would sell at least like 20 t-shirts. I'll be so straight.
We didn't fully describe this shit. This shit ended up being a mess hall for construction workers with one security guard and a dog. There was nothing there. There was weird island people. The guy that
shit.
just was just feeding the little small foxes that were.
Yeah,
It was
yup.
weird. It was weird, man.
Oh, I fucking brought merch and I didn't even pull that shit
No,
out,
you're like,
bro.
I'm going back to the spiders. I'm going back. Oh man.
But yeah, man, I appreciate it. I appreciate just any opportunity I got a chance to like just rock with you on stage and being on the podcast, bro. And
Of course, man.
the older I get, I feel like I kind of get I've been getting, I don't know, man. I'll be 37 this year, and I'm starting to get more emotional, man.
Me too. Well, because everybody's dying.
Well, shit, that too. Yeah.
So you're just like, I better tell this fool I love him before, before the
Craig,
federales come storming in,
Craig, I love you, dog.
I love you too, man.
Bro, for real, man.
Nothing
Yeah,
but
bro.
love. And I think what it is too, it's just that recognized game, the tenacity, because this shit's hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard. Like I know I'm blessed and all, and I'm living my dream, but I can't express how hard this shit is.
Yeah.
It's just, that's why we always say we're in the trenches.
Yeah. Have you had a moment too where you wanted to quit?
Oh, so many times.
Yeah.
Oh, I never will. It's just hard.
Yeah.
I just start crying. It's just so hard. But there's nothing else I would rather do. So it's just this thing, you know. It's all those cheesy emotional things you see on the internet. Like, don't think about the whole picture. You'll just get engulfed with anxiety. Just one step. And just fucking faith.
Yeah.
Because that shit gets scary, man. You get closer to 40 and you're like, all right, I don't own nothing.
Yeah.
I got my jokes.
Man.
And you just start thinking. You see all these corporate pencil pushers making it, buying homes and shit. And just like, fuck. I don't like fluorescent light bulbs unless they're mine and I purchased them. And it's for a show.
Yeah.
I don't want to wear tidy whities and have my sperm count go down. I don't want to give up just yet.
Trust me.
I want to sniff wood at Home Depot. I don't want to work at Home Depot.
And that's what it is. That's literally what keeps me going. It's just like I go like, damn, if I got to go back to Home Depot, bro, because that's my last working experience. And I quit Home Depot in 2017, and I quit, and then I booked a Home Depot commercial, like a national Home Depot commercial.
That's the most serendipitous shit I ever heard in my life. That was God right there. I'm telling you that much.
Greatest story. It was literally. I know we're gonna wrap it up or whatever. Just real quick,
No, we're good, man.
So what happened was, it's like I think a few stores like Best Buy, Home Depot, they sometimes they want real workers in the commercials. So they'll put up like a flyer in there saying like, hey, if you want to audition, you got to go to this Home Depot over here and you get to audition, right? And so I remember I had a homegirl that worked there. She actually bought her breast from her Home Depot commercial money. She got her. So I was like, it must pay pretty good money.
Yeah.
And
you see the tits on her? Yeah. Wow. Now that's a payday.
But she's like, I made over 25, 30 grand off this commercial. I was just like, oh shit, all right. So I go and audition for it, and then I remember the guy going like, you know what? I audition, goes, you know what? I might use you. And I'm just like, yeah, sure. Like I know how this goes. You're just talking price on to everybody. So I was having a lot of stress at work, and I remember just telling my manager, I was like, hey man, you haven't been giving me any help in receiving. I need to take some time off. I just need to take like a leave of absence for like 2 or 3 days. And he was just like, what do you even do here? He's a new manager. So he's like, what do you even do here? And I was like, you know what? Fuck you, bro. I put my 2 weeks in that day.
Beautiful.
I put my 2 weeks in that. I
Beautiful.
put my 2 weeks in that day, and the only thing I had lined up was one college gig in West Virginia. And I remember after I quit, I was in a hotel in Maryland, about to drive to West Virginia, and I got a call being like, "Hey, just letting you know you booked a Home Depot commercial. We need your social security number." And I was just like, "Who just asked for the social over the phone like this?" I was just like, "Okay, sure, I booked it." I thought it was my boy Robert. And I was just like, "Yeah, my social security number is like 97." I gave him this fake ass number. And he's all right, no problem, cool. Then they called me on Sunday. It was just like, yo, so we need your sizes for your fitting. And I was like, oh shit, like this is real.
He'd be like, hey, let me change that social. I want to get paid. I want to get paid.
Immediately, I was just like, oh, my social security. She's like, don't worry about that. We're gonna get all the paperwork from you when you get here in person. So it's like, cool. And then I booked that commercial, and they ran that shit. It was a Christmas Home Depot commercial, and they ran it for 2 Christmases.
Ooh.
So like. In 2017, they ran it. Then they ran it again in 2018 and Christmas time again. And dog, you understand that literally fucking saved my life financially. And I haven't worked a day job since.
It's beautiful.
Bro, and that's
See what I mean? Take the leap.
Take the leap.
Take the leap.
Take the leap, bro. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't have booked that commercial. I don't think I would have.
Take the leap, but maybe have a little bit of savings. Have a little bit of savings. You
Well, the
know?
only thing is, I had like hundreds of hours of vacation saved up because I never took vacation. So that money also was a cushion for me too. So I essentially had like 4 or 5 paychecks in vacation saved up. So I was
You
essentially
gotta
straight.
save the paychecks. You know, maybe a little pallet of copper fell off the truck on your last day. You know, you got that settlement. What's that called when they fire you? Severance.
Yeah.
That's my severance. Look away, Tony. Look away. That's my copper.
Yeah. I wish I would have stole more, to be honest, but no, I didn't.
No, that's bad. That's bad juju, bad energy. I stole from shit and in the past, and then I got sober, and then I stopped. I mean, I'd eat fucking rotten food. That don't count. They're
Well,
throwing
so-
it away.
Wait.
That's Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's.
Oh, okay, but it's
Spoils
it.
cart. You know, it wasn't really rotten.
I thought you were the person stealing shit in the break room. I would have been on your ass.
Oh
You stole food from the break
no,
room?
maybe a couple times.
Fuck, you are scum,
I would
bro.
steal you a new sandwich. I'd steal you a new sandwich. If it was in there too long, no name, fair game. That was my rules. Write your name on it. I'm cool.
Bro.
I respect names. I respect names.
Thank you for respecting at least names. I've got my shit stolen at Home Depot on multiple occasions, and I literally called out the break room. Was like, I'll fight man, woman, child, whoever stole this shit.
They steal your meal. That's death.
Because you can't leave. It's like, this is my 30-minute break. I
I'll
can't go
knife fight
get
a
lunch.
pregnant woman over a tuna sandwich.
For sure.
Where's my lunch?
Oh, you diabolical bastard. You're stealing fucking lunch food, you bastard.
No. I worked at a grocery store though. Food was abundant. If you stole your meal, where are you gonna go chew on wood? You know,
Exactly,
we had
man.
everything. I'm sorry. I repent. I didn't mean it, everybody. I was on drugs. I'm working on it. I'm seeing the hypnotherapy. I'm drinking this bullshit. I'm trying my best. I'm trying to be good. Have integrity. It's hard when you're horny. Oh, that's a clip.
Do you feel like those healthy smoothies have made you stronger in the bedroom?
No, I feel like every time I better myself, the devil goes, "Hey, relapse, man.
Oh,
Go
shit.
fuck, go bear back a hooker. Let's live, Craig." You know, oh, that's too much. I do. Every time I feel like I'm going, I feel like the darkness is like, "Hey, come back." I really mean that.
What do you do to stop it, or what have you done to stop it, if you could have, or if you have?
I dip my toe in the darkness. I gotta stop that though, because that's getting old. That's what I've done throughout my life. I feed into it. I'm just trying. You know, I do everything I said is real. I'd go to that fucking natural holistic doctor that's helping me. Try meditating. It's just, not to be negative about a positive. It just gets exhausting. But then if you don't do the work, it's worse.
Yeah.
You know, that journaling shit, all the hippie tricks,
Yeah.
earthing, everything, every stereotype you could possibly think of, that. Crystals, laying on soil, nature, meditating, yoga, health, alive foods.
Yeah.
Yeah, I eat McDonald's too. I'm fucking human, but you know what I mean. If you eat McDonald's, obviously you're human. They taste real good, but
Right,
just
bro.
get some of this shit too, I guess. Just trying to balance it all out. You know, fucking live a good, clean life. Yeah, it's just you know, I've tasted salt and cocaine. It's hard to forget about. It's hard to forget about.
I've never done coke before, but let me ask you this: what is the experience if you can explain it? Because
Well,
I've
let's
never had
just
it
say
explained
when
to
your
me.
father whipped out that extension cord, you may have switched from pain to enjoyment and be like, "Give me that back."
Oh
You know,
wow!
it just changes it. You feel like Superman. You feel invincible. I said invincible. Ugh. It makes you talk like that. No, everything's interesting. Shitty conversations become fascinating. The dishes become enjoyable. That's why people get addicted. Oh, I love these dishes. Whoa! No wonder everybody wants to do it.
You might have ruined my life, bro.
Hey, you need to vacuum your home? Here you go, bro.
I hate dishes, and I might do coke to get through dishes.
No, don't do it, man. We're talking about vibrating higher, and I got Keenan to relapse. Not even relapse. Try coke. Relapse. That's for me. Oh man. Oh wait. The final question. Do you have a good pooping your pants story? And shit the bed, embarrassing moment. You know.
I have one when I was younger, and then I have one where I almost shitted on myself in college. The one when I was younger, so my dad used to like to take long road trips. So I was probably about like, a lot of things happened to me around 7 or 8. So around like 7 or 8 years old, my dad, he would always ask me before a long road trip, "Hey, use the bathroom before you go anywhere." I was like, "All right, cool, Dad, I already used the bathroom." He's like, "Keenan, I didn't see you use the bathroom. Use the bathroom, because I'm not stopping anywhere for you to use the bathroom." I was like, "I'm good."
It was different back then. We didn't stop. My
Yeah.
cousin Lulu shit out the window. We kept going. We keep going.
So what happened was, we're on this road trip. I said, "Dad, I gotta go to the bathroom." He said, "Didn't I fucking tell you not stopping?" I was like, "Dad, but I have to go to the bathroom. I have to go. I have to do number 2." And he's just like, "You first of all, you better not shit in my car, and we're not stopping. We're like 30 minutes away from the house." I was like, "All right, 30 minutes ain't happening, bro."
I got 3 seconds.
So I shat in my pants. I don't know if that's the right context, but I shat in my pants. And I think I have like some like Batman underwear on. So I had like the Batman like dun-dun-duns on.
Yeah, that
And I felt the ball in my drawers. And my dad was like, I know you. My dad had this dope ass Chrysler that talked to you too. He had it's a Chrysler that would kind of like put the key in the ignition. I forgot what the car was called, but it was
Knight
like
Rider.
It was
I
kind of
remember.
it was kind of some Knight Rider shit, but it was
Yeah.
a dope ass like burgundy Chrysler. And so he was hot that I shit it in the back seats, and my brother's back there laughing. He's like, "Oh, you better get your ass whooped." So what my dad did when we finally got home, we got out the car and he made sure he walked me to a few of my friends' house that was in our same complex.
That's a bit extra. That's
Hey,
a
how
little
y'all
extra.
doing? I'm just letting y'all know, Keenan right here. If you want to talk to Keenan real quick, what's that? Yeah, over here shitting in his pants, like and so like I'll tell you, a lot of things shape me as a person. You know what I'm saying? I've went through a lot of mental and physical abuse, and I love me and my dad are tight now. So don't get it twisted. Me and my dad are like, it's like one of my best
I know we're
friends
telling
now.
these crazy stories, but it's about healing. And
Yes.
he loves his father. I love my father. It's about that. It's about coming
My
back.
dad is literally, I think he's out here right now. I'm gonna go visit him this weekend because he's gonna be out in Oceanside. So like, but yeah, so that happened, and I was just like, yeah, I just remember that because I just remember it was like literally like a ball like this big, like a fistful of shit.
Yeah, when you're a little kid, you always have those pebble poops, you know? It looks like Flintstone pebbles or something. And I don't know why I said Flintstones, but you know what I'm talking about?
Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, just pebbles. You just
Yeah.
shit pebbles. Like, why is it pebbles? Why is it a rock?
This wasn't pebbles. This is one of those like it just like
Softball?
swirled of like ice cream that how it didn't snip off until the end, and then it just formed into a ball.
Oh.
And then when you have dun-dun-duns on, shit can't come through dun-dun-duns. It's like they're tighty whitey, so
Yeah.
they're on you. So it stayed in there, and you saw.
He had a double nut sack that evening. He had a nut sack and a shit sack.
So yeah, literally, like that's my thing now. I make sure I go to the bathroom before I go anywhere. I will pull over to shit if I have to, but like, yeah, man.
Man, parents are way nicer now. I remember that, like, you got in trouble if you pooped or shit your pants or vomited. And like, I remember my sister got spanked for throwing up. I'm like, she's sick.
Bro.
She's sick. And now she hurts. Fucking 90s, bro.
What were our parents thinking? This shit has happened to me too. It's like, my dad used to be like, if you throw up, I'm like, what do you mean if my body's doing
feel
it?
good. You fed me the poison, motherfucker. What did you give me? I'm 9. Yeah, man, it was different back then. These kids don't know.
Oh man.
I mean, maybe some of them do it. I'm real sorry. Good luck. Just focus on the light.
Man.
Focus on the light bulb connected to the extension cord whipping your ass. Oh, that's dark. Well, yeah, that's it, man. If we just thank you for a poop story.
Of course, man.
And I just love you, and he's funny as fuck. Check him out.
Love you too, bro.
And yeah, that's it. If you're a child of abuse, good luck. And I'm sorry. I didn't do it. All right. I'm with you. We could go Al-Anon together. You want to go to a meeting? You want to cry on each other's shoulders? And I know everybody's got better or worse or this or that, you know. Like, I don't know what happened to my dad. I don't want to know, actually. I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to know. But I just love you all. Keep vibrating higher. Keep your head up. All that shit. Hustle. And that's it, man. God bless. Peace out, homies.